krityam, whatever good activities you're doing, sadhu kritya, yes, meritorious activities, great deeds, you be satisfied with that only. So the love of gopis is something that even Krishna is not able to repay. So that's the glory, that's the amazing glory of the love of gopis of Vrindavan. Yes. So we are going ahead. Now there is a special experience that happens. Krishna is beautiful. We go to the temple to have darshan of Krishna's deities. It's very beautiful to go and behold the beauty. And we have to drink the beauty. We hear the Shastras so many times. Right. Before that, I just wanted to comment something more about Naparameyam. Prabhupada writes in the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, where he talks about Satnyas. Satanyas. Nyas means to give up. And Satnyas means giving up for the purpose of the absolute truth. You're giving up. And especially it's very difficult to sever ties of familial affection. But somebody who has done that in the right mood and spirit, such a person has said to have attained perfection. Like that Prabhupada writes in the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So we'll continue. So gopis have done that. Even in the bodies of women, responsible women in the society. They gave up their Aryapath and they did it. So it's glorious. Krishna is sold out. We cannot repay. So Krishna is beautiful, but something special happens when Krishna is in the presence of gopis. I was also reading the difference between Vasudeva and Dwarkadish. Prabhupada tells about, you know the difference between Vasudeva and Dwarkadish? For us, Dwarkadish means king of Dwarka, and Vasudeva means that 400 form of Lord. Yes, Vasudeva is that supreme personality of Godhead. But Dwarkadish is Vasudeva with his internal potency. So Vasudeva with his internal potency is called Dwarkadish. These are all subtle points that keep coming in Prabhupada's purports. That's why we have to read very nicely. Prabhupada wanted us to study. I was talking about this in Saskatchewan. Muhammad got the instructions, read. Yes, that's how he got instruction when he was in Kaaba. Similarly, this is repeated. Prabhupada would not just stop with 2 times telling us to read. He would keep telling, read. How much to read my books? Prabhupada will say, 24 hours read my book, no problem. And that's my aspiration, to read. And they say live and let live. So read and let read. Let everyone read. Whoever comes in contact with me, sit and let's all relish. So this Chaitanya Charitamrita is nectar. We are discussing. Purports I will not be reading, but I will be explaining what is there in the purport. That's how so we are reading, we are covering everything. It is Sampurna Chaitanya Charitamrita. Going ahead. Yadyapi Krishna Saundarya Madhurya Radhurya Vraja Devi Ras Sangetar Badaya Madhurya. Wow. Yadyapi Krishna Saundarya. Krishna's beauty, we all have some experience. We may not have complete experience. But seeing the deity form of Krishna, is beautiful. But Madhurya Dhurya. Madhurya means sweetness. And Dhurya means the topmost. You can't increase sweetness than this. It cannot increase. This is the limit. But that's the meaning of Lord. He is unlimited. Yes. Although the limit has reached of sweetness, there now the sweetness cannot increase more than this. Still, Vraja Devira Sange, in the association of gopis, Tara Badya Madhurya, Krishna's sweetness increases all the more. That is why our philosophy is Achintya. If you want to study Krishna conscious philosophy, Gaudiya philosophy, we have to park our material intelligence outside and come. Somebody is coming with a logician's head, analytical brain, wanting to do thesis, PhD, such a person will be flabbergasted. He will be bewildered. His head will spin. Spinning head, he will get out of the class. Yes. So that's how it is. And especially we are reading Chaitanya Charitamrita. Yes. So Krishna and his devotees, they are intimate. That is the meaning of Bhakta Madhuri, Krishna's sweetness with devotees. But especially that Madhuri with the gopis, Rajagopika Bhaktas or Vrajadevi Bhaktas, that intimacy is perfected intimacy. Yes, that intimacy is perfect. In other avatars, there is no intimacy. Only offering obeisances, offering prayers, doing service from distance. Oh, no coming closer to Lord. Awe and reverence. Puja. Oh my God. But Bhakta Madhuri is that intimacy. Krishna allows his devotees to come and associate very intimately. But this intimacy is in climax. Bhakta Madhuri in the gopis, in the Madhurya Bhava. And in all other mellows, Sakhya or even Vatsalya, this intimacy is not there. It is not there. And because that intimacy is there, that is why that sweetness increases. Yeah, sweetness increases all the more. Correct. So imagine, I need to give some example with our context also. There is some devotee who is giving good class. Yeah, gives nice classes. Prabhuji's lectures are very good. But just imagine if the Zoom room is full, right? People are waiting on YouTube. Seeing the enthusiasm of the audience, even the speaker is empowered to speak even more. All the audience have turned on their videos. They are making notes seriously. Seeing this wonderful scene, the speaker is empowered further. He all the more becomes enthusiastic to speak more. Oh, I'm now going to give my best, even better. It comes, that's grace. On YouTube, continuously chats are coming. It's flowing. If that is happening, that speaker will go into Mahabhav. That I'm able to do this service to so many Vaishnavas, and that too, these are not just ordinary Vaishnavas, they are attentively hearing. They are relating with the subject matter. They have that bhav. So that devotee will further increase. And seeing that enthusiasm of speaker, the audience also will become more enthusiastic. They will be more. That's what keeps happening. Krishna increases sweetness, seeing Krishna's sweetness increases. The gopis, they further increase their intimate services. Then Krishna's sweetness further increase, and this competition keeps going on. Yes. So Krishna is sweet and the gopis are the sweetening agents. Yes, they are the sweetening agents which add to Krishna's sweetness. So there is a verse in the Bhagavatam. This comes in the 10th canto, 33rd chapter. It is a part of the Rasa Panchadhyaya. Shloka number 6. We'll see this. Tatrati shushubhetnabhir Bhagavan Devaki Sutah Madhye Maninam Haimanam Mahamarakato Yatha. So where is the place? This particular place is the Rasastali. There. Yes, Tatra. Ati Shubhe. Ati Shushubhe. Which means very, very beautiful. Shubhe, beautiful. Shushubhe, beautiful, beautiful. Adi Shushubhe, yes, yes, very, very beautiful. Tabhi Bhagavan, by them, that means by the Gopika Gan, Bhagavan Devaki Sutta, Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Madhye, he was in the midst. Yes, Maninam, Maninam Haimanam. Yes, if a money or a valuable jewel is something that's lined with Haimanam, with gold, then Maha Marakataha. So there is a Marakat. Marakat is, there are two Marakat. There is Marakata, who is monkey. Yes, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu tells Raghunath Das Goswami, don't be a Marakata Vairagi. Don't be Vairagi like a monkey jumping from one tree to another. Yes, monkey comes in the forest, doesn't wear clothes, eats only fruits, but has a very unlimited sex life. This is called Marakata. So Marakata Vairagi, don't be like that. Yes, keep jumping from here and there. Be stable. So this is Marakat. It's a very, very special jewel. Marakat jewel. Yatha, just like that. So Krishna resembled that Marakata jewel surrounded by the gold and other jewels, who are the gopis. And that's what happens. Now I don't have much of experience in the field of jewelry, being a Vairagi. But if the diamond is kept alone. It has beauty, yes, it's glittering. Beauty or not, it has value. People will be enamored. Oh, this is very priceless. But imagine the diamond put on a gold. Yes, on a golden ring. There's a diamond studded golden ring. Oh, that looks even more beautiful. Or there's a very nice gold fine on which there are different gems, and in between there is a special gem which is there. So Krishna appeared like that. So that increased the beauty of Krishna. Even in this world, they call it cheerleader effect. You know what is cheerleader effect? I'll explain. Suppose there are a group of, not just girls, even boys. There are a group of people who may not be looking good. They are not good looking. But if they all stand together in a particular fashion, wearing some special kind of dresses, from the distance it appears very good. They all look very nice. So even people who are not beautiful in this world look very beautiful because of cheerleader effect. Then what to speak of the most beautiful people in the entire creation, who are beyond this creation? What would happen to such a place? Next. प्रभु कहे ए साध्या वदि सुनिश्चय कृपा करी कह यदि आगे किछु है. So after hearing these many explanations, Prabhu kahe, Mahaprabhu saying, E sadhya avadi. This is the Prabhu is confirming, Mahaprabhu is confirming sadhya avadi. This is the perfection of the goal, sadhya. We do sadhana, sadhana is the process, sadhya is the goal. So this is the process, perfection of all the goals. Sunishchay, I am very clear about it. Kripa kari, but yet I request you, kaha yadi aage kichua, is there anything more than this? Oh my God, what can be more than this? And you say, there is nothing more than this. This is the highest. But still, that is our Krishna conscious philosophy. You can keep going deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper, and still it doesn't get over. Yes, we can keep discussing and going very deep. Now, when we say Bhagavad Gita, oh, I heard Bhagavad Gita already. No, Bhagavad Gita is a Rasa Shastra. Yes, it is a Rasa Shastra, special Rasa it has. And somebody who really knows this special Rasa can keep getting deeper and deeper into the different wonderful moods and meanings. And we can continue discussing everything. Yes, it is there. Everything is there. Right? There is no end to depth. Because Krishna is unlimited, the discussions about his name, fame, qualities, pastimes, everything is unlimited. But still, Mahaprabhu is hinting means something is there. So, let's see what Ramanand Rai replies. Raya kahe ihar age puche hai na jane, etadin nahi jani, achaye bhuvane. Hare Krishna. You know what Rai is saying? Ramanand Rai is saying, etadina, until today, nahi jani, I don't know anyone, yes, within this material world, yes, etadina nahi jani, achaye bhuvane, in this entire creation, as far as I know, ihar aage puche hai na jane, nobody has inquired beyond this point. Oh, which means now we are entering into that realm which nobody till date has ever discussed. Hare Krishna, Hari Bol. Most confidential knowledge. Who gives most confidential knowledge to whom? Krishna gives most confidential knowledge to Arjuna. And even says, Yajñatva neha bhuyon yach jñatvam avishishyate. After knowing this, there is nothing more to be known. But now here we find Arjuna is giving the most confidential knowledge to Krishna. It's the same Krishna Arjuna here. Ramanand Rai is Arjuna in the mood of Vishakha Sakhi. And Krishna is here as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the mood of Srimati Radharani. So same Arjun Krishna in Kurukshetra, they are there in Rajmundri, at the banks of river Godavari. And they are having the most confidential discussion. And very clearly he says there is nobody who has inquired up till now here. Let's see. Ihar madhye radhar prema sadhya shiromani yahar mahima sarva shastre re vakhani. Yes, ihara madhya, even among all the gopis, among the loving affairs of the gopis, Radhara Prema, the love of Godhead of Srimati Radharani, Sadhya Shiromadi is the crest jewel of all the goals. That's the topmost perfection. Yahara Mahima Sarva Shastrera Vakhani. And yes, it is all clearly evident in the Shastras. So many people would have read the Shastras. Again, the confidentiality of the Shastras does not get revealed without mercy. Just in the previous chapter, the 6th chapter, Madhya Leela, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he is able to see Suddipta Vikar, Suddipta Satvik. Suddipta Satvik is a symptom, the topmost symptom of Krishna Prem, which is shown by personalities from spiritual world. And Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya knew it. He knew about this Suddipta Satvik, this ultimate climax of Mahabhav. He knew it. And he could see the symptoms in the bodies of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which apparently he was lying, it seemed as though he's lying dead. He said, no, this is Suddipta Satvik. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya had that understanding. But still, although he has read the Shastras, he knows all this. Person who knowing all this would know so much of Shastra, right? But still he was not able to know Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is God. He is God. Krishna is Triyogi. Sarvabhauma students were all telling, no, he is Triyogi. They were all arguing. Gopinath Acharya gave them left, right, center. He nicely chastised them and he said, he gave various proof from Shastras how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Sakshat Krishna. But then final conclusion of Gopinath Acharya, you know what he says? He says that unless and until somebody is favored by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself, such a person can never realize he is Krishna. So, no matter how much a person has the Shastric knowledge, he can, but the confidentiality will not manifest in the heart without Kripa, without mercy. So, many times people come and ask the speakers, of course, it happened with me, I can just say. And this answer came out spontaneously. Whenever somebody asks a question, I start praying to my spiritual master. I pray to the whole Guru Parampara, I pray to Srila Prabhupada, that please you answer them. If I give my answer, that person will lead into even more ignorance. On the other hand, if you give answer, that person will be uplifted. So you only give answer. Just use me as an instrument. Although I'm not such a good instrument, still use me. That's my prayer immediately that comes. So this person asked that, Prabhuji, what to do to get knowledge like you? I said, no, I don't have any knowledge first of all. No, but still, you tell me how many hours I have to study. I just prayed, what answer should I give? Says, whatever I know, I told him, whatever I know, I've done studies. I tried my best. I'm a fool, but I tried to study, but whatever knowledge I'm having is actually Kripa. It's the mercy of spiritual master. It's the mercy of Prabhupada that we have this knowledge. And we are able to try to present this knowledge to everyone. It's mercy. It's not possible without Kripa. Not there. And that person was bewildered. Study, you get the knowledge, you present. No, it doesn't work. No matter how much you study, the knowledge will not appear. The confidentiality will not appear without mercy. Kripa is required. So the very fact that we are able to read, we are trying to understand, and we are trying to, we get this knowledge in our hearts, especially of Chaitanya Charitamrita. It's actually very, very amazing mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Yes. So now he is starting to glorify Radhika, Srimati Radharani's position, and this is a very famous shloka. Yatha Radha Priya Vishnos Tasya Kundam Priyam Tatha Sarva Gopishu Savaika Vishnur Atyanta Vallabha. It's a famous, very, very famous shloka which comes in the Padma Purana. Yes. It appears actually in many Goswami's literatures, and Chaitanya Charitamrita, it's come 3-4 times. It comes. What's the meaning? Yatha Radha Priya Vishnus. Just like Radharani is very dear to Krishna, Vishnu is his official name. On all certificate and papers, our Krishna is called Vishnu. Tasya kundam priyam tata. Even her kunda, the Radha kunda, is just like Radharani is dear to Krishna, her kunda, Radha kunda, is also very dear to Krishna. Sarva gopishu. Among all the gopis, sa vai eka. Now, have you heard this terminology, the one and only? Have you heard this? Okay, so let's put our hands together to welcome the one and only, they say, so and so. But this one and only is applicable only to Srimati Radharani. Sa vai eka means one and only. The one and only. Sa vai eka. So everything what today's materialists use in their speech, in their upamas and alankaras, the figures of speech, is all copied from Shastras. So the Padma Purana says, Sa vai eka. She is the one and only. Yes, Vishnur Atyanta Vallabha. She is Atyanta Vallabha, the dearmost to Lord Krishna. The one and only Srimati Radharani. Now he is quoting over this Purana's verse. See, now one may ask, why so many Puranas are being quoted? Actually, one day we should all sit and discuss Tattva Sandarbha of Jiva Goswami. Jiva Goswami very wonderfully, Tattva Sandarbha, the purpose of Tattva Sandarbha is to establish Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Supreme Lord, to establish the Srimad Bhagavatam is the topmost literature, and to establish Sankirtan is the highest process, nothing else. There is nothing more than this. That's the purpose of the Tattva, all the Sar Sandarbhas of Jiva Goswami. So Tattva Sandarbha, he defines Chatushthanubandha. We discussed this in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu class. I think it's going to happen after this. So Chatushthanubandha is you need to define the subject, or the subject and the person qualified, Adhikari, Vishaya and Adhikari. Number one. Then Sambandha, the relationship of the Shastra with the subject. Abhideya, the process to be followed. And Prayojana, what do you get after reading the book, the Shastra? So Chatushthanubandha. So he defines that, and then he says that what is my literature based on? So he speaks about Praman. So he talks about the fact that Pramana is what is the evidence. Then he gives the 10 types of Pramanas. Very systematically explains the 10 proofs. And he categorizes these 3 proofs as Shabda, Pratyaksha and Anumana. Pratyaksha is direct sense perception. Anuman is speculative. And the third one is Shabda. Anavati Shabdat. Yes, the Shabda. Shabda Praman. Creation led to Shabda, is happened because of Shabda. But here the Shabda is the words of Lord. Shabda. Then it says that Shabda is of 2 categories. The Shruti and Smriti. And usually the Smarta Brahmanas, they only consider Shruti. But he quotes Brihad Aranyak Upanishad very clearly and says that without the breath of Lord, Shruti is the breath of Lord. But at the same time, in the breath of Lord, the Smritis like Puranas, Itihasas and Samhitas are also included as the breath of Lord. They are not separate. He quotes Chandogya Upanishad and says without Smritis, your vision is half. And then Jiva Goswami explains from 3 practical point of view. Number 1, he says the language of Vedas is very complicated. That's called a Shastriya Sanskrit. On the other hand, Puranas are written in a friendly way, Laukika Sanskrit. Number 1. So when the point of view of understanding, Smritis are better. Number 2, he says that Vedas, the 4 Vedas, are further divided into 4 categories. Samhitas, because Vyasa divided Vedas, but he divided into various categorization. The Rig, Sama, Yajur, Atharva, they were all divided totally. Further branches, 4,000, 7 like that, and it leads to 1,130 branches. So there are totally 1130 Samhitas, 1130 Brahmakas, 1130 Aranyakas, and 1130 Upanishads. This much are there. But very unfortunately today, to the Kali Yuga human society, you know how much percentage of Shruti is available? 6%. That's all. So 94% of Shrutis are not available only. है ही नहीं. So, after this is the second reason, unavailability of Shrutis. The third thing he says that Shruti recitation requires a qualification. Hello Shudra Sambhavas. Kali Yuga people have no qualification to even access the Shrutis. Yes, after having said all these things, he says as such, the Puranas explain more in detail, lucidly, poetically, with examples, much better than Shrutis. And he proves it that the Puranas and the Smritis are a better Praman than Shrutis. That's the beginning of Tattva Sandarbha. He clarifies. Thus, Srimad Bhagavatam Pramanam, Paramam Pramanam. This is the highest proof. He proves it. So among Puranas, then he says there are unripened Puranas with the different subject matters. Puran means you should have certain subject matters. And Mahapuran means you should have more than 6-7 subject matters. And Bhagavat Puran has 10, the topmost, all 10 subject matters. Atra sarga visargascha sthanam poshna muteya manvantra ishanukata nirodha muktir ashraya. And he proves that it was written in the highest maturity of Vyasadeva. And thus, Srimad Bhagavatam is the topmost proof. So from Bhagavatam, he proves that, and then after giving Srimad Bhagavatam is the topmost proof. There is no bigger proof or pramana than Bhagavatam. So from Bhagavatam, we get to know the glory of Srimati Radharani. Anayaradito nunam bhagavan haririshwaraha yanno vihaya govindah pritoyam anayadraha. Anaya, her, it's calling that girl, Anaya, Aradito. That's the derivative name. Radharani's name is derived from this root word of Aradhana, which means worshipped. Nunam, oh, she indeed worshipped him very beautifully. Whom? Bhagavan Harir Ishwara. Krishna, whose name is Hari, and he is the Supreme Lord. Bhagavan Harir Ishwara. Yanno Vihaya Govindaha. So the gopis are saying, because of that, he has left us. That Govinda has left us. Pitoyam Anayadraha. And they both are in a secluded place. Yes. Because the gopis, they could see that they started searching. When Krishna left the Rasastali, they started looking for Krishna. And when they were looking for Krishna, they could see two sets of footprints. One was Krishna's footprint, very clear, because Krishna's footprint has chinnas, the different chinnas, like the elephant god, the thunderbolt, the Amrita, the Sudarshan Chakra, the thunderbolt. All these things are there. The Matsya, Dwaja, all these things are there on Krishna's lotus feet. So they could make, this is Krishna's lotus feet. And there was a signed contract. All the Brajavasis had to sign a contract. Wherever Krishna has put his lotus feet, nobody will step on that. No disturbing Krishna's lotus feet. Yes, so they could see Krishna's prints very clearly. Gone in, these are fresh prints gone in this direction, but along with Krishna, there is one more gopi. The girls, it's very clear. Ladies' feet are slightly different. That's how the Creator has made men and women. There's slight difference in the bodily organs. So this is a feet of some girl. She definitely must have worshipped Krishna nicely. Anaya Aradito Nunam. So that's how Radharani's name, Anaya Aradita. By her the Lord is worshipped. That's the meaning of Anaya Aradita. Yes. So sometimes people say, oh, Radharani's holy name is not there in the book. No, it is confidential. It's secret. And Shukadeva Goswami is revealing that secret in this particular shloka. Because from this, the name Aradhana Radha comes. If Shukadeva would have recited directly the name of Radharani, he would go into ecstasy. And then Parikshit Maharaj will be having problem. Parikshit will not get to hear Bhagavatam. Shukadeva will go for ecstasy for days together. Yes, days together he will be in Mahabhav. And Parikshit Maharaj's Shravan time. Imagine the speaker goes to Mahabhav in the class. Time is running. What the devotees will think. Prabhu, please, we want to hear something before we go for our work. We come to these classes to elevate our consciousness. We totally accept you are a Mahabhagavat Bhakta, Mahabhav Bhakta, but please consider something for us also. Please be considerate. Give us some quality class, right? So, like this, Radharani's name is mentioned in the Bhagavatam, and of course, it's mentioned in many, many Puranas. Yes. So, even the gopis are worshipping her. By her, whom Krishna is worshipped. Wow. So, Anaya Aradita. So, they are all accepting Srimati Radharani as the best among them. Everybody. That is this shloka. Now, let us see what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling. प्रभु कहे आगे कहा सुनिते पाई सुखे अपूर्व अमृत नदी वहे तुम्हार मुखे. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling, आगे कहा, please don't stop, please go ahead. आगे कहा, please speak more. सुनिते पाई सुखे. After hearing all this, I'm getting a lot of pleasure. Apurva Amrita. So this kind of Amrit, this kind of nectar is unprecedented. Never ever such nectar has flowed. And like this nectarian, not just one drop of nectar or a pot of nectar, but a nadi, a river of nectar, streams of rivers of nectar, vahe tumar mukhe, is coming out of your mouth. Yes. So Mahaprabhu is encouraging him, speak more. चुरी करे राधिका नीला गोपी गणेर दरे अन्यापेक्षा हैले प्रेमेर गाढ़तन स्फुरे. चोरी करी, चोरी किया. Chori means to steal. Yes. What happened was Anyapeksha Haile Prema Gadate Naspure. Because in the Rasa dance, many gopis were there. Yeah. So because of their presence, Krishna was not able to exchange the topmost love with Radharani because of the presence of other gopis. Yes. So he wanted to have that intimate exchanges, because of which what did he do? Churi kari. He stole her. He took her and he went. Nila. Nila Gopi Ganera Dare. Out of fear of the gopis. Dare. He was a little bit fearful. If I show so much love for her, that sweetness is it's gone. It will be very cheap. That's why even when Srimati Radharani and Krishna, they experience the intimate rasa, the other gopis are not around. They leave the place. It's only Manjaris who are around. Manjaris are small girls. Radharani and Krishna don't mind them. But in presence of others, once Balramji wanted to see Krishna's Ras Leela. Krishna, I also do my Ras. I do my Ras in Gram Ghat. Krishna, can I see your Ras? Bhaiya, elder bro, I will be thoroughly embarrassed. How can I have my romantic affairs in front of you? But still, Balram says, still, I have a desire. I have a desire to see. Alright. So there is a place in Govardhan called Doka Dauji. So what the Doka means? To hide and see. So there Balramji is hiding. He is bending down, hiding and seeing the Vasantras. This happens in Chandra Sarovar. Yes, the Chandra Sarovar is Vasantras, the spring. I think spring is starting. Yes, no, it's over. What season will come now? After winter, spring only comes, right? Okay, correct. I'm right. Okay, yes. So Vasantras. So that particular Vasantaras, after the winter, the Vasantaras is something which is 21st of March. Okay, that is in Canada. You want to know what about India? Vrindavan, when is Vasant? Of course, in Vrindavan, all seasons are present. All 6 seasons are serving Krishna. And no season has their, every season brings only their good qualities. Like there are mangoes 24/7. You will always have mangoes. 6 seasons in India. Canada has only 4 seasons. I thought Canada has only 1 season, winter. What is the temperature of summer? Summer temperature is 20 degrees, which is the temperature of air conditioner in India. What? Where is summer? Canada has only winter, 1 season only. Nice. Yeah, it is spring going on. Vasant Panchami is done, right? Spring is going on, correct. That's what I said. Spring is there. Now it's spring in India. Canada is 21st March. In India, it's done. So he didn't want to do. Out of fear of gopis, Krishna took Srimati Radharani to a secluded place. There. Kamsari Rapi. There is a quote from, even Jayadev Goswami quotes this. Kamsarir. Krishna is called as Kamsarir. It will come ahead, this chapter. Kamsari is Krishna. Next. राधा लागी गोपी रे यदि साक्षात करे त्याग तबे जानी राधाय कृष्णेर गाढ़ अनुराग. So if Krishna rejected company of other gopis for Radharani, then one thing we can definitely understand is Krishna has Gada Anurag. He has this intense affection for, because other gopis one side, Radharani. Radhaya Krishnera Gada Anurag. It's clearly evident. That's why Sakshat, Gopire Sakshat Kari. Such gopis, now just now we saw the glories of such gopis. Napparameyam, Krishna is saying, I will not be able to repay you, and all these things. Of course, that verse came later. It was after the Ras Leela, but still, there is a glory, such a glory. Now one may think, oh, there is nothing more than this. But such gopis Krishna gave up for whom? For Radharani. So she singled out from others. So this very clearly tells us the glory of Radharani's position. Next. राय कहे तबे शुन प्रेमेर महिमा त्रिजगते राधार प्रेम नाहिक उपमा. So thus, please hear, therefore understand the glory of Radharani. Tabe shuna, therefore hear that there is absolutely no upama, nahika upama, there is no comparison. Upama means comparison. Yes. There is no comparison, Trijagate, this entire creation or even beyond. Radha Premera Nahika Upama. There is no love for Srimati Radharani's love. गोपी गणेरा रास नित्य मंडली छाड़िया राधा चाही वने फिरे विलाप करिया. गोपी गणेरा रास नित्य. Yes. Actually, what happened? Radharani is kind of a jealous lover. So gopis were all dancing. Yes, Gopi Ganera Nitya Mandali. Radharani was seeing that hey, Krishna is dancing with everyone and he's dancing with me, which means he's treating me equal to others. So she displayed a tricky behavior. Yes, she plays a trick. What she does? Mandali Chadiya. She leaves and goes. Yes, and then as soon as Radharani is gone, Krishna immediately becomes very anxious and lamenting. Vilapa Kariya. Lamenting throughout the whole forest, he's searching. Radhe, Radhe, where are you? Radharani. And he begins to lament and start wandering throughout the forest looking for Radharani. So all the gopis are looking for Krishna. Krishna is looking for Radharani. That's what happens. Now this is Jayadev Goswami's shloka. Kamsarirapi samsara vasana baddha shrinkhalam radham adaya hridaye tatyaja vraja sundarihi. So this is from Gita Govinda. What is it saying? It is saying, yeah, this is a proof, evidence. Kamsari is the enemy of Kamsa, Krishna. Api samsara vasana. Yes. Now this is, although samsara vasana is lust, but this is, if Krishna, it's connected to Krishna, then what is it? It is Ras. Rasa Leela. It's the topmost enjoyment. Samsari rapi samsara vasana baddha shrinkalam. Yes. So he was chained by that. Krishna, shrinkala is chain. Baddha shrinkala. Krishna was bound. So binding Srimati, in fact binding what? Radham adaya hriday. He bound Srimati Radharani in his heart, within the heart. And tatyaja vrajasundari. He gave up all the other vrajasundaris and went with Radharani, binding her in his heart. This is the proof of Jayadev Goswami quoting in his Gita Govind. Now, this particular next sloka comes again, the Gita Govind only is further quoted here. Itastastamannusritya radhikam ananga bana vranakhinna manasa kritanutapasa kalindi nandini tatana kunje vishashada madhava. Okay, what is being spoken here? Yes, itastata, itastatas, that means here and there. Tam anusritya, searching for her. Anusritya means to search. Itastata, he just kept roaming here and there. Tam anusritya, searching for whom? Radhika. As though Ananga, Ananga is actually the name of Cupid. Cupid is called Ananga. Even when the Brahmanas recite Gayatri, the Kama Gayatri, this word Ananga comes. The offering is to made to the Ananga, who doesn't have limbs. It's called Ananga. So Ananga here is Cupid. So Ananga Bana Vrana. Somebody is wounded by the Bana of Ananga. Yes, the Cupid has pierced the heart of such a Khinna Manasa. Manasa is here referring to the heart. The heart is hurt. Have you seen that symbol sometimes even Karmis use? They put heart and they pierce an arrow through it. That also these people are copied from Shastras. So everything is there in the Shastras. Right? So this is the Shastric quotations of arrows. Of Cupid. That's a Cupid's arrow. And they draw Cupid also. They draw Cupid as a small boy. You seen that? People draw Cupid. Rati and Kam. There's both. Rati is also there and Kam is also there. Rati and Kama. So they draw. They have the concept, angelic conception. They draw a small boy with blonde hair. Yes. So if you see, Kama has 5 arrows. And usually in one arrow the person is gone. One arrow, the fellow is gone, bold. So what is the first arrow? The first arrow is Shoka. That means that person feels emptiness without the other person. The moment Kama is hit, oh, my life is empty without him or her. So there is a kind of that emotional restlessness that's created, Shoka. The second is Tapana. There is just like one gets fever, right? Tap. Like that he gets that burning fire of separation. I cannot live without her. I cannot live without him. The third one is Shoshana. Shoshana means the person is dried up. He is physically, mentally exhausted. Mind is not working. Yes. And then Stambhana. Person is paralyzed. He is frozen. Not just in body. There is no intelligence also. Intelligence is also gone. He is frozen. Stambha. And the final is fifth arrow is Marana. The person literally dies in separation. Yes. Shoka, Tapana, Shoshana, Stambhana and Marana. So these are the 5 arrows. Cut, 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 cut. 5 arrows the Cupid hits. He has 5 but 1 is enough for people in this material world. So Kritanutapa Sakalinna Nandini. Yes. So he began to search in Anutap. Yes, correct. That's the Tapana is one of the arrows, right? So Krita Anutapana. Anutap. So here Anutap is also mentioned as he did not treat Radharani specially, right? So he didn't behave properly. So he was repentant. Krishna is repentant. And along Kalinda Nandini, along the river Yamuna, Tata, Anta, edge of the bank, Unje, in the branches, Vishada Madhava, he was lamenting. He entered the bushes of Vrindavan and started lamenting. Because I did not treat her properly. So he was regretting. Dear devotees, we'll have to pause here for a reason. We can pause the recording. I'll tell the reason. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai.